Okay, gamers, it's that time again. I'm sure there's going to be at least a million of these popping up on YouTube, so I thought I'd throw this fish in the sea. It's the Turbo Grafx 16 Mini. Going to be doing a little bit of an unboxing, of course, but I think everyone on YouTube's covering that, so we won't delve too far into the unboxing and stuff. You can see a little bit what's on the outside. We're mostly going to take a look at some of the great games that are included, top of the box, etc. Turbo Grafx 16 games. It looks like 1, 2, 3, so 9, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25-ish games for the Turbo Grafx, and then even more on PC Engine. These are in Japanese. Some of them we might be able to play, some of them might not because they're going to be in Japanese text. But I'm assuming games like the Bombermans and probably Fantasy Zone might be able to actually Garrus Galaga there, so might be able to read and understand some of these. So let's take a look here at exactly what we get in the box. Nice little instruction booklet. That's a lot of do nots. Do not shove up butthole. Okay. Maintenance. Gonna get the whole setup there. Let's take a look at the controller. Very much like the normal size controller. Like it very much, actually. Konami. Interesting. USB port, I'm going to assume. Yep, USB there. And let's see what else we get. Obviously, this looks like the, I'm going to guess power adapter there. USB to a mini USB, because USB is already connected to this. So I've been told there's no actual power adapter with these. They threw the HDMI cord in, just not a power adapter. Unfortunate, I would rather have the power adapter over the HDMI cord myself. We have like 100 of these already. But small complaint. Turbo Grafx 16 Mini looks a little bit bigger than normal. Oh, I guess because this thing, I'm assuming, is going to come off. I feel like it does come off, actually. I wonder why they did that. Yep. Ah, that looks more like a Turbo Grafx 16 that I have, which is right here, actually. So size comparison here real quick. Normal Turbo Grafx, Turbo Grafx Mini. Really not like that much smaller. Interesting though. And a nice little card slot, of course, unlike the original model, will not take the cards. So I kind of want to see some of these mini systems at some point actually play the actual cartridges. I know a couple of those Sega Genesis before the actual mini came out here recently, you could put the cartridges in those, but oh well. So that's kind of what's inside the box, nothing too much. Let's plug it in and take a look at the games list. Alright, kind of booted up for the first time here. I am an English speaking person. Okay, so very much like a layout for the NES and Super NES, kind of like it. Gonna look at the list here real quick for Turbo Grafx, Alien Crush, Blazing Lasers, Dungeon Explorer, Moto Racer, Power Golf. Excited to have some golf on there. Actually, that's kind of a good one too. I have it. R-Type, always good. Victory Run, a fun little racing game. Chew Man Fu, JJ and Jeff, Military Madness, Newtopia, Ninja Spirit, Psychosis, Space Harrier. There's a good one. Good old Splatterhouse. Looking forward to playing that one. And Yeez, Book 1 and 2. I don't think I've ever played a Yeez game, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. Bonk's Revenge. You hit the volume here just a little bit. Crash, Parasol Stars, Air Zonk, kind of a spin-off, if you will, to the Bonk series. Utopia 2, New Adventure Island, Soldier Blade, Bomberman 93. Always happy to have some Bomberman games. Lords of Thunder. Back to Alien Crush. So let's see. Oh, select console, PC Engine. So we're going to do that. And we're going to take a look at the rest of our games. I kind of wish the NES and Super NES minis had their Famicom games respectively on here as well. That would have been neat to flip through Nintendo and Famicom on that particular mini. The Kung Fu. I'm not even going to try to pronounce some of these. This is a Necromancer game, Galaga 88 Fantasy Zone. I always forget that's not strictly Sega, so I think they belong great on the Master System. I don't think I've ever played them on the Turbo. I have it on NES. Dragon Spirit, some Gate Ball, Nectaris, Dungeon Explorer, Newtopia. I think we saw the sequel on the Turbo side. PC Genjin, Ys 1 and 2, if you want to play in Japanese. There you go. Super Darius, the Genji and the Haikage clans. Superstar Soldier, always left some Star Soldier. Actually, Star Soldier on the N64, quite fun. Not going to try it. Legend of the Valkyrie. Those games, there's Utopia 2. Gradius. Salamander, everyone loves a good Salamander. Ninja, I think this is the Ninja Gaiden. Looking forward to playing that one. Star Parodier. There's that one. Snatcher. Gradius 2. I think looks like Dracula, so Castlevania, possibly, is a Ghost and Goblins. Bomberman 94 and Super Panic Bomber. Really looking forward to playing those. And back to Kung Fu. So we'll just go back to the Turbo side. So I'll try one or two games. Tis tradition. I gotta do Bomberman, of course. Let's see what some of the settings are real quick. Display settings. You can choose to have, I like the right there, Turbo Express wallpaper. Makes games look like they would on the Turbo Express, which was a handheld Turbo Grafx 16. Could read the hue cards. I don't think we need a CRT filter. The filters are fine. I just personally don't think too highly of them. I'll just keep it at that. Menu design, core graphics, so a couple good ones there. Credits, etc. So let's do Bomberman 93. I'm gonna put the card in. Play this for a minute or two here, and we'll try one other game. I'm a Bomberman fan. Actually, I kind of have a tradition of a few consoles I got. The N64, Game Boy Advance, GameCube, and I want to say maybe the Wii and DS. One of the first few games that I got was a Bomberman game. Always forget the start and select buttons on the Turbo are a little bit different. So let's try one match here real quick. We won't even play the full match. Oh, look at all those great stages. We'll go. Whoop, excuse me. We'll just go classic here. Oh, no, you know what? Let's do conveyor belt. I want those skulls. Sometimes skulls are helpful, but it's rare. So yeah, the Turbo Grafx came out. Kind of their main competition was NES and Sega Genesis, of course. And I think one of the things why maybe Turbo Grafx 16 didn't do quite as well, because NES had just, they had their Mario Brothers franchise and countless others. And, even Sega had Sonic and... Oh, there we go. I didn't even do anything in one. So I'm assuming we could hit both. Yep, we can save. Got some save states, load, etc. Or return to menu. I hit both the, what would be start and select. Here, I think they're just run. I suppose everyone kind of plays Bonk's Revenge. Gotta try Splatterhouse here real quick. But as I was saying, I think the Turbo Grafx just didn't really have their own kind of mascot or series. If anything, maybe Bonk was kind of their main thing, but they weren't quite as successful or well known. So and a lot of these are one-player games to even see right on the system. There's it just comes with one controller. Most of these games are strictly one player. Scary game from back in the day. The system itself does have two USB ports for two controllers, but like I said, a lot of these games are just single player. So maybe what kind of affected sales as well, because NES obviously had a lot of great two-player games, as did Sega. You think of those games too. Oh, there we go. Just a ton of great franchises on both. And Turbo Grafx, again, just not a lot of games come to mind right offhand. So that's a fun one. That's a scary game. Let's see. I'm assuming on these videos everyone does like blazing lasers. That's a good one. I'll try Victory Run. We'll wrap things up after this. Fun little racing game. I think I have the actual game too. It's very pole position like. Here my name's gonna be AAA. I'm just gonna throw a bunch of these. Yeah, this looks familiar actually. So I think this is one where you can actually shift gears too. Yeah, you can see at the top, middle of the top screen. Controller feels very fun. All the buttons are nice and clicky. I'm assuming you can hear them in the background there, so like that. They did a really good job at reimagining the controller. It just feels and very nice, kind of like the original. Like that very much. Kicking into high gear here. Uh-oh. Yeah, fun little racing game on the Turbo Grafx. That's pretty neat. We'll play some PC Engine games on the next video just to kind of split it up a little bit so one video is not too terribly long. But first impressions, I like it. I like it. I think it might be just a tiny bit pricey, to tell you the truth, but you do get quite a few games of them on here. A lot of them in Japanese, of course, but I don't know. I like the layout. I like the controller. It feels really neat. The console itself is kind of well built. I think they did a really good job at making this. I just wish it was a lower in price and maybe came with an adapter. Second controller wouldn't hurt, but a lot of these games are just single players, so take with that what you will. I like it. I guess I would recommend it, especially if you're any big fan of the Turbo Grafx from back in the day, or just want something that, it's a little more obscure because, again, everyone knows NES, Sega, Atari, all those retro consoles they've done thus far, those minis, PlayStation as well. Those are kind of pretty big brand names, but you don't hear a whole lot about Turbo Grafx, so this might be a good way to introduce someone to that. So that'll do it for this video. Again, we'll take a look a little bit more at both the system itself and the PC Engine side of this in the next video. Just kind of splitting it up so no video's too terribly long. So with that, I'll stop rambling. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you next time.